Let's take you to Reiger Park now, where our reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa is in the area for the memorial service of Roleen Lessing, who was shot and killed alongside Jaydin Margeman on the same evening that two SAPS anti-gang unit officers were ambushed. Mbalenhle, good evening to you. Take us through what is expected and what the families of the two civilians and the community are living through at the moment in the wake of that shooting.
It's a very sad moment for the community, and if yesterday's memorial service is anything to go by, it would seem as though this is actually a shared experience among many residents in this community. Yesterday we heard one of the pastors saying that he was reminded of the passing of his own sister, whose remains and body was left on the side of the road after a tragic shooting. The lady who made a musical tribute to Margeman yesterday also spoke about how she had lost a son to the very same senseless killing. And you will remember that the last time we were here, it was because there was a mass shooting where nearly five people were shot and killed in the middle of the night. But this time around, it was two young women with a bright future ahead of them, as residents have pointed out, saying that their only crime was going to the shops. You will remember that last week, Friday, just nearly a week ago, we heard the news of the shooting of two young women as well as two police officers. It is believed that the two police officers were responding to the shooting of the two young women that we have now been a part of their memorial services, which have been a sore point for many residents in the community. We know that even the police officers were also shot and killed just a short distance away from where the two young women rather, were shot and killed. And it would seem as though this is a very sore point for the community, because it's a raw wound that keeps coming back every time someone is shot and killed. And this is not the first time this has happened in this community. We know that yesterday Margeman's family also shared their words of encouragement to the family. Community members rather shared their words of encouragement to the family, and the family also shared their words as to how they would remember Margeman. And now it is an opportunity. The other family of the young lady who also passed away during that tragic shooting has an opportunity to speak and share their sentiments on how they feel about this. Now, one of the young people we spoke to yesterday was asked if she could speak to the authorities as well as law enforcement. What would they say in order to at least try and put an end to the loss of life and the violence in the community and the number of people who lose their lives as a result of this gun violence in the community that has seemingly become so rife and so regular and happens quite regularly in the community. And the young lady said she cannot say anything that has not already been said. And it was obviously a call for law enforcement to finally hear the calls and heed the calls of the community members who have been crying out about the violence in the community. The members are the two SAPS members who passed away, who also were shot and killed in the police van. And you'll remember those shots that we took on the fateful night when the incident took place at the crime scene. You will remember that the bodies of the two police officers were lying next to the vehicle while the vehicle had actually rammed into a wall at the time. And that was the scene that we had witnessed on Friday and that we were called to on Friday. were members of the anti-gang unit, and it would seem as though there have been arrests that have been made so far, and the suspects who have been arrested are facing four counts of murder for the death of the 4 people who died here, 2 police officers and 2 young people who faced a very bright future ahead of them and much possibility. And unfortunately, they have had their lives cut short as a result of what is suspected to be gang violence within this community, which has mourned this type of death and this type of violence on many, many occasions. And they come back today again to mourn yet another young life that has been lost to violence. For now, though, Tula Sizwe, it is back to you in studio.
Thank you for that comprehensive reporting. Mbalenhle Mthethwa out in Reiger Park there, where the memorial service for the late Roleen Lessing will be taking place this evening. Yesterday was the memorial service for Jaydin Margeman. And as Mbalenhle aptly paints the picture there, in the context of a community that continues to live with a lot of gun violence, a lot of gangsterism in the area, and a community calling for action that is decisive in dealing with that scourge.